Hello students, I cordially welcome you all to this session. I feel really immensely happy on getting you all back even in this online class. Students, now I am going to deal with one of your new grammatical items of your first PU prescribed grammar section, dialogue writing and language functions as well here and today. Dear students, we the human beings of any society that we live in it require a good and proper language to share our ideas, thoughts and feelings with any other person in the entire world. Apparently, we the human beings need to quench our daily needs and fundamental desires of our life. To get them satisfied, we need to have a medium in the form of a language. Certainly, these languages play an important role in the human society. These languages enable all the human beings to get connected all across the world. Unless we have these languages, we can't be able to get connected and we can't be able to quench our daily needs as well. Only the medium that we have found ourselves in the form of a language that enables all of us in order to get connected all across the world so that communication among all the people of this entire world becomes as important as the fundamental things of the human life. Students, you need to know another thing, that is, in the primitive age, or we can say in the olden days when our ancestors or forefathers lived their life in, how could those people manage themselves to communicate each other even after having no language at all in them? In those days, those people had no language at all. How could they communicate? But those people managed themselves to get communicated each other using their bodily organs and physical gestures. That's what we call sign language. But fortunately, as days passed by, or we can say bit by bit, we had been succeeded in finding out many languages which were made into scripts. Many languages have been made into scripts. These languages have been available in the form of scripts as well. Since then, we the people have been using these languages to communicate among the people of the society. Dear students, now I am taking you all onto the dialogue writing. In our daily communication, while trying to have communication with any other person in our society, we form many dialogues. These dialogues are being formed or formulated while conversing. And these dialogues are the verbal actions that enables us to communicate with any other person. Now I am going to take all of you people onto a dialogue writing. How does it look like? See, here is a question that gets risen in the minds of the students of this dialogue writing. That is, what is meant by dialogue writing. Here we have an answer to see. Dialogue writing is defined as a conversation between two or more people. The grammarians of English language have opined dialogue writing as a conversation or the verbal action between the two or more people. Dialogue writing is nothing but a conversation or a communication that takes place between two or more people is called a dialogue writing. In simple words, we can say that it's all about a conversation between a two or more people. And in the following line, what do we get to see is that it can be categorized into two parts conveniently. The kinds of dialogue writing is seen over here in the following lines of the definition of dialogue writing. This dialogue writing can be made into two parts conveniently for the sake of the studies of this dialogue writing. The first one, complete the dialogue, and the second one, creating a dialogue. The first one, complete the dialogue, is prescribed as your syllabus for first PUC students. This complete the dialogue will be asked in the form of a question for 4 marks in your upcoming examination. And coming on to a later one or the below one, creating a dialogue will be asked for 3 marks in your coming examination. In total, you people will be asked for 7 marks in your upcoming examination, taking dialogue writing as questions. Understood? Let's move on to another slide where we can get to see complete the dialogue, which can be asked for 4 marks in your upcoming examination. Dear students, here you can see I have taken 2 conversations as an instance to make you people to understand what a complete the dialogue is. Here is a question for you people. Complete the following dialogue. Here now I am going to make you people to understand what complete the dialogue is. Taking consideration of your examination, you will be given a conversation taking place in between 2 people. As to this present question, what do we get to see is that here we have 2 persons to see, Ram and stranger. A communication or conversation that happens or takes place in between Ram and stranger. As the communication goes on in between them, in the midst of it, 4 blanks are being drawn. And here, in the case of this present slide, already answers are being made, under which a line is being drawn. That is the exact place where you are given or you are being given a blank where you should fill an answer. This is how complete the dialogue looks like. Dear students, let's see what is seen in the case of this complete the dialogue. What is given in the bracket is that Ram happens to meet a stranger at the railway station. And here is a conversation that takes place in between Ram and a stranger. Having seen this sentence that is given in your bracket, what do we get to see is that Ram accidentally meets a stranger at the railway station when he has gone there. Upon meeting a stranger at the railway station, Ram wants to have a communication with him. Now he starts speaking. How does he speak? Is it Ram? Excuse me, would you please do me a favor? And here, how does Ram start talking to a stranger? Is it upon meeting this stranger, Ram starts talking to him like this. Ram, on addressing a stranger, as he is unfamiliar to a stranger, he uses these words, excuse me. To get the attention of the stranger, Ram has used these words, excuse me. Excuse me is the word that is used to get the attention of any person. As the stranger is an unfamiliar to Ram, he has made use of this excuse me to get the attention of him. And later Ram has requested a stranger to do him a favor or a help or an assistance. What has he asked a stranger is that would he please do him a favor? He is in need to get the help from this stranger. So he has requested the stranger to do him a help. After being asked this question, a stranger replies Ram saying that certainly, without a doubt, I would help you. How can I help you? And here, you people are given a blank where you should fill an answer in it. Already an answer is given here to make you people to understand how should you attempt to write this complete the dialogue. You have to complete the dialogue. A conversation is given here. You have to complete it by filling up the blanks that are given in any conversation. And here, don't go anywhere else. Keep attention. Stranger responds Ram saying that he would help him without having a much doubt. And he further tells Ram saying that how can I help you? On hearing is a above question from Ram, stranger is in a position, he puts himself in a position to help Ram, saying that how can I help you? Ram, how far is Mysore palace from here? Now Ram, on hearing such kind words from stranger, now Ram asks another question to a stranger, saying that how far is Mysore palace from the place where he stands right now? Now he wants to go to Mysore palace from the place where he stands right now. So that Ram asks such a question to a stranger to get himself into the place of a Mysore palace. How far is Mysore palace from the place where he stands now? Stranger, it's quite a little distance. See, dear students, now the stranger responds Ram saying that Mysore palace is quite a little distance away from the place where both of them have stood up. And here we can see that the place of Mysore palace is quite a little distance. It is not at all a far away place from the place where both of them have stood. But it is quite a little distance. It is not much far away. It is not too far away from the place where both of them have stood. It is a little far away. Anyway, I am also going there. Stranger further tells Ram that he is also going to the top of a Mysore palace. So he has also invited Ram to get all along with him. Would you like to join me? Here, you people are also given an another blank, which is the third one, to fill an answer in. And what he may further asks Ram is that, would you like to join me? As a stranger is going to Mysore Palace, he gets Ram as his companion on the way towards the Mysore Palace. So that he has asked Ram a question, would you like to join me? On the way to Mysore Palace. I am also going to Mysore Palace. Now many preparations have been made to get myself onto the way towards the Mysore Palace. Would you like to join me? You have to fill these words, which is an appropriate one to fill in the blank that is provided for you people to fill in. Ram, yes, sure, it's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. Now Ram says yes. Now he feels very happy to be a part of his journey all along with the stranger. So Ram admits, saying that yes, sure, without having much doubt, I can be a companion of you all through the way at the Mysore Palace. It's very thoughtful of you. At the moment when you are asked a question by me, uh, how far is Mysore Palace from here? You have pondered over it and you have made me a favor by offering me to take me all along the way as a companion towards the Mysore Palace. It has been a very thoughtful. Thank you for offering me as your companion all along the way. That's how he has shown his gratefulness towards this stranger by saying thank you. This is an example for forming complete the dialogue, which is for 4 mark in your upcoming examination. And let's move on to another instance how to make complete the dialogue. A conversation between a teacher and the student who has come late to the class. Now, a conversation is here with me that happens between a student and a teacher. The student who has just come late to the class. The student is not in a position to get himself into the class very early or in time. So, as he has witnessed a problem with his way towards the school, he has been late to his class. As he comes to his class, there is a conversation that happens between himself and a teacher of him. Let's see how the conversation has taken place in between them. You need to understand, dear student, don't be confused to understand the difference or the contrast that lies in between creating a dialogue or complete the dialogue. Complete the dialogue is like this: a conversation is given for you people to get or fill the answers in, where the blanks are provided for you people. But in the case of you complete the dialogue, you have to you have to fill the gaps in. And here what we see is that, student, may I come in, sir? And here you are given a blank to fill the answers in. Student, what the student asks is a teacher after coming to his class is that, after approaching the doors of his class, now he requests his teacher, saying that, may dash, sir, which means what is the best or appropriate words to fill the gap in, or the blank in. I come in. Now the student, as he stands nearby the doors of his classroom, he requests his teacher to get himself in. So he requests his teacher, "May I come in, sir? May I come in, sir?" On hearing those words from his student, teacher responds him saying that, "Why are you late?" Now the teacher replies his student saying that, "Why are you late? Why has he been late? What may be the reason behind his late coming?" Student, "Pardon me, sir." Now, when the teacher asks his student a question, student answers him saying that, "Pardon me, sir." Now, the student asks his teacher's excuses, so that now he feels sorry for being late to his class, so that the student asks is sorry to his teacher, and he further told his teacher he further as told his teacher that, "I missed the bus when I left my home. I missed the bus." He was not in a position to catch the bus to take himself towards his school. Unfortunately, the student had missed the bus. On hearing this, the teacher replies him saying that, "Why did you miss the bus? You should have left the home early. Why did you miss the Why did you miss the bus?" The teacher responds him saying that, "What are the reasons behind it in missing your bus? You should have left your home early to get yourself in time inside your classroom. You should have left, or you should have departed your home very early, so that you can be in time inside your classroom." Student, "Sorry, sir." Again he feels sorry for being late. On hearing such words from his teacher, student again asks is sorry at his teacher. And here, and you people should fill the gap in by writing, "Sorry, sir. Hereafter I will leave the house, I will leave the home very early. From here onwards, I will leave my home very early, so that I can make my way very early towards my school in time." So that in a very consoling manner, the student tells his teacher that he will leave his house very early. Teacher, "Okay, get in." Now the teacher permits his student to get himself in. Student, "Thank you, sir." After being allowed inside the classroom, the student shows his gratitude, telling his teacher, "Thank you, sir." This is the conversation that takes place in between the teacher and the student. Dear students, this is what we call complete the dialogue. Let's move on to another slide where we can get to see creating a dialogue, which is for 3 marks in your upcoming examination. Creating a dialogue is a circumstance or a situation is given to you people to make you to understand in which situation the characters are in. And here what I am trying to tell you people is that you will be given a situation or circumstance in which the two characters are, and from After understanding the situation or circumstance which the characters are in, you have to create a dialogue in between the two characters. This is what we call creating a dialogue. You have to make it on your own, taking the circumstance upon yourself. You have to create a dialogue by using your imagination or fantasy to make it an appropriate one. These kinds of dialogues or communication happens in our surrounding. Don't be scared to understand the this kind of creating a dialogue. And here you need to know another thing, that is these kinds of a dialogue are happening all around us daily. You people can witness such kind of dialogues among the people. And here, what is the circumstance given to you people is that Krishna has secured a good percentage in his PU exams. He shares his happiness with his father. It is the circumstance that is given for you people to make it a dialogue from there onwards in between Krishna and his father. What has Krishna done is that Krishna has secured a good percentage in his PU exams. Krishna is a PU student. He has attempted his PU exams only a few days ago, and later now he has attained a good percentage after having out his PU result. And now, after having or getting a good percentage in his PU exams, now he has felt very happy or glad that he wants to share this happiness all along with his father. As he comes his home, he shares this happiness that he has kept in his mind after being passed or having a good percentage. He shares his happiness with his father. Let's see how we can frame or create a dialogue in between them. And here is a question for you people. Write a dialogue between the father and the son. Now, the son comes to his father to share his happiness with his father. After coming nearer to his father, Krishna tells his father, "Dad, I have a good piece of news with me to share." Here, what does Krishna say is that, "Dad, I have a good piece of news." Krishna, after approaching his home, he has taken a good piece of news all along with him for his father to share with him. That's what he tells his father. Dad, on approaching his father, or we can say on coming nearer to his father, on addressing his father, he tells him, "Dad, I have had a good piece of news to share with you," as he has carried it with him towards his father. On hearing this, father replies him saying that, "I feel glad on hearing your words." On hearing such words from Krishna, the father of him has felt very glad or happy. It's ever result day. Already the father of Krishna has judged himself that it is the day of the result of Krishna, so that he has already known that it is the day of Krishna's result, isn't it? And further, to get clarified himself, he has asked Krishna a question, isn't it? Is my saying right? Is your result out today? Now, with a mere curiosity, Father asks Krishna a question. Is your result out today? Krishna, yes, dad. My result comes out today. Yes, it is. Krishna responds is a father saying that yes, it is. I have passed with distinction. I have got passed my PU examination with a distinction. Further, oh, that's great. Now the father is astonished, having a much happiness in him, though he shows his surprise, saying, "Oh, where can we make use of this? Oh, is that when a person feels astonished or wondered, at the moment we can make use of this oh with an exclamatory mark being put at the end of it. Oh, that's great. Let's go out to have a special dinner. Now, the father, on hearing such words from his son, the father wants to take his son out to offer him or to give him a special meal that his son desires for, that his son wants for. Krishna, no dad. Now Krishna, he rejects his father's offer saying that no dad. Why? Because is that he opines that his mom cooks very better than anyone does. It is of Krishna's opinion that his mom cooks very better. She has promised him earlier to prepare his favorite food. Already his mom has given him an oath to prepare him a favorite food that he likes for. Further, that sounds really good. Now, father also feels merry or happy on hearing such words. That sounds really good. It would be a better rather than going out to have a meal. Even I am fond of home cooked food. Even the father of Krishna loves to have home cooked food. He also loves to have home cooked food. By the way, he continues telling his son Krishna that by the way, your achievement is good by itself. In addition to the previous statement, father tells him saying that your achievement is of the best one or the good one by itself. This is how we can create a dialogue on our own by our fantasy as an appropriate one. Let's move on to another slide where you people are made to know or made to understand how to create a dialogue. Taking another instance, Salim goes to the railway station to inquire about the trains to Delhi on Sunday. And here we have two characters to see, that is Salim and the station master. Salim goes to the railway station to inquire about the trains to Delhi on Sunday. Salim, he has made his way towards the railway station only to make an inquiry with the railway station master to know more about the trains which will go towards Delhi only on Sunday. Write a dialogue between Salim and the railway station master. And students, you people are asked to write a dialogue in between Salim and the railway station master. After approaching the railway station, Salim goes or comes nearer to the railway station master only to make an inquiry about the trains to Delhi that's on Sunday. Let's see how we can create or form a dialogue in between them. Salim, after approaching the railway station master in the railway station, how does he address him? Is it he greets him, saying that, "Good morning, sir." After meeting any person in a formal way of speaking, we can address anyone using "Good morning, sir." After approaching the station master, Salim addresses him using, or, or we can say, by greeting him, "Good morning, sir. Can you please suggest me the trains to Delhi?" Now, Salim wants to know the trains that are towards Delhi. So Salim asks the station master to know, or ask a question. Now he asks him a question. "Can you please suggest me the trains to Delhi?" In a very requesting manner, Salim asks the station master to know more about the trains that are towards the Delhi. "Can you please suggest me the trains to Delhi?" Station master, on hearing such question from Salim, he responds him, telling that we have two, two trains on weekends. Station master replies him, telling him that we have been left with the two trains on every weekend. On every weekend from our station, two trains will depart. On every weekend. "Salim, I seek the train to take to Delhi on Sunday." Now Salim responds him, saying that he has sought the train to take himself to Delhi only on Sunday. He wants to go to Delhi only on Sunday. That's why he wants to get clarified again by the station master, even after knowing the fact that the two trains are at the weekends that are at the way towards Delhi. Even after knowing this fact, now Salim wants to get clarified that he seeks the time to take himself to Delhi only on Sunday. Station master clarifies him, telling him that it's Bhuvaneshwar Express at 9 a.m. on Sunday will carry you or take you to Delhi. That's the Bhuvaneshwar Express. This is how the station master has confirmed Salim. Salim, on hearing these words from the station master, he shows his gratefulness towards the station master, saying, "Thank you, sir, for the information that I have received. Thank you for giving me such a crucial information that you have provided me." This is how he has shown his gratefulness towards the station master. Dear students, this is how we can form any dialogue between two people. This is how a conversation takes place. Dear students, now I take all of you people onto our next slide, where we can get to see a language function. See, language function is another grammatical item of your first PU prescribed grammar section. And here, on hearing this language function, what apparently comes into our mind is that what do you mean by language function? Certainly, there might be a question in our mind. What is meant by language function? Already we have got to know the fact that language is an inseparable part of the human beings in our society. It makes everything possible in our human beings society. See, dear students, how is it defined is that language function is defined as the use to which language is put, the purpose of an utterance rather than the particular grammatical form an utterance takes. what is said in this present definition is that it is defined. The grammarians of English defined language function as it is the use to which language is put. We can make use of language in our daily communication. We have many purpose in us to make use of our communication, in which we have made use of language, isn't it? The use that we have, the purpose that we have in everyday conversation, to which language is always put in it, in our usage or in our purpose. It is the purpose of an utterance while communicating or while conversing with any other person in our society. There is always a purpose in us left. It is an utterance. Utterance is nothing but a verbal action that comes out, or that is spoken of, that comes out of our mouth. That is an utterance rather than any particular grammatical form. What we need to give more emphasis or importance is that we should give our importance at the utterance only, the purpose of an utterance. That gets more importance over here rather than giving it at any particular grammatical form where an utterance takes. It doesn't matter where the grammatical form is. What gets more importance over here is that the purpose of an utterance in which the language is put. The language function is said to be used as the formal and informal ways. And here in the following lines, what is the scene is that language function is said to be used as the formal one and the informal one. Dear students, now you people are made to understand how language function is being used by all of us as we start conversing with any other person. And here this can be divided, or this can be seen as in formal and informal ways. Coming on to your formal ways, how can we make it a communication or conversation is that when suppose or you imagine yourself when you people meet someone who is an official, if it is at your college or any governmental department, you must say him or her good morning is the formal way of addressing anyone, isn't it? As you are the students of a college, you must address your lectures or the meeting of any day. When you meet your lectures first time at any day, you should address them, you should wish them or greet them saying good morning. And the usage of these words like good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or the formal ways of saying these words, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, are the language functions. These sayings are under the language of English, isn't it? These usages are these words that are the functions of our English language. The role that is played by English as a language after using these morning, good afternoon, and good evening are the functions of this English language, isn't it? Informal way. How we can make use of this language in an informal way is that if anyone says, hi everybody, and hello there you, are the informal ways of ways of making use of language. When you meet someone who is your closest one or who is your dearest one, you can make use of hi, hello. In this way, we can make use of any language. This is how any language function can be defined. Only for your understanding, I will make another definition over here. Language function is nothing but language actions. While communicating or while conversing anything with any other person in our society, we can make use of a language. While using our language, the actions of our language are nothing but the language functions. The In a simple words, we can say that the actions of any language are the functions of the language. Understood? See, and taking consideration of this language function, now I am going to utter or I am going to chant a rhyme over here. Let me do chant a rhyme over here. The title of this rhyme is Conversation. The title that is given to this rhyme is Conversation. If we meet and I say hi, that's salutation. If we ask how I feel, that's consideration. If we understand each other, that's communication. If we argue, scream and fight, that's altercation. If we later apologize, that's reconciliation. If we help each other, that's cooperation. If all these actions are added up, that's civilization. Dear students, these language functions are always added up to make it a language function. And here, these points, these elements that are being always seen under this language function. Let's see. Now I am going to make you people to understand how these language function work. If we meet and I say hi, that's salutation. If any person meets someone at any given day, he would say hi upon meeting any other person. That's what we call salutation. That is a way of greeting anyone. Saying hi to anyone else is a way of greeting, or what we call in other words we can say salutation. If we ask how I feel, if anyone asks you how do you feel, that's what we call consideration. Taking consideration of you, or taking a sympathy, or taking an account of you. If anyone asks you how do you feel right now, that's what we call, that's consideration. If we understand each other, if two persons get understood each other, that's what we call communication. There, what happens in between the two people when both of them get understood each other, when both of them understand each other, what happens between them? Communication can be made possible between them. If they are not each other, there won't be communication at all. If they understand each other very well, there might be a communication in between them. If we argue, scream and fight, if someone won't accept my words, if, or in another words, if anyone doesn't agree with what I opine or with what I say before him. We may have a scream or fight or argue between us, isn't it? That's what we call altercation. This leads us to altercation where two people get indulged in screaming, fighting, and arguing. That's what we call, in short, it's called as altercation. If we later apologize after knowing nothing lies in it, if we later apologize and when we come each other after understanding each other, even after having a argument, screaming and fighting between us, if we understand each other later, we may share our apologies, or we may share our apology between us. That's what we call reconciliation. Apologizing each other between them is called reconciliation. If we help each other, if anyone stretches his hand to a needy one, if anyone lend is lend something onto the hand of anyone else, that's what we call cooperation, which means I may give you or I may lend my hand towards you, or you may lend your hand towards me. That's what we call cooperation. If all these actions of salutation, consideration, communication, altercation, apologize, reconciliation, cooperation, if all these actions are added up, if they are merged up, that's what we call civilization. Dear students, we need to be civilized person rather than the barbarous one. Dear students, let's move on to another slide where we can get to see these language functions. Here, what do we see or what do we get to see is that match the expressions under column A with their corresponding language function under column B. Here, under the column of A, expressions are given over here. Beside or next to it, there is a column B under which we can get to see functions of any language. Here, you see, match the expressions under the column of expressions. Under the column A, expressions are given. You have to match these expressions all along with the functions that are given in the column B. See, this is writing these or attempting to write these language functions is as easy as you think of. Dear students, here 5 questions are given over here. Each one carries 1 mark. In total, this language expression or this language function is given in your upcoming examination for 5 mark. Under this language, under this column A as an expressions, what is seen as the first one is that please give me your notes. Now a person requests someone to take his notes. The second one, meet my friend Rajesh. The third one that you have is you have done a good job. The fourth one, I will not accept the offer. And the fifth one is that what a loss. Having seen these expressions, you have to match these expressions all along with the functions that are given in a B. What are given in the column of B is that complimenting, rejecting, sympathizing, introducing and requesting. See, Let's see, or let's match these expressions with these functions. The first one that I have for you people is that please give me your notes. The first one that I have for you people is please give me your notes. Having seen only a word, please, you people can easily find it out that the sentence is in a requesting manner. When you can see this, you can easily find the function of the English language, that is the requesting is the function of the language, that is in the column B as the even E. Under E, an answer is given as requesting. Please give me your notes comes to term or comes to be said as the requesting. Meet my friend Rajesh. When you carry your friend Rajesh to someone else, you may introduce him to someone else, taking Rajesh all along with you. Meet my friend Rajesh. And the usage of these words the usage of these words tells you people what is the function of any language. Introducing, when you carry or take a Rajesh or any other person all along with you to introduce him to any person, what is the function of it? That's what we call introducing. The third one that I have for you people is that you have done a good job. And now you put yourself in a position to acclaim or praise anyone else after having seen someone's achievement. That's what we see is that you have done a great job over here. The function of this is the complimenting. Now you put yourself in a position to claim any person who has done a good job. That's what we call complimenting. Is in a A. I will not or I won't accept the offer. When you don't accept anything that is being given by anyone else, what does it convey us? It comes to now as the reject. That is seen as the B under the column of functions. Rejecting, I won't accept the offer. Rejecting, what a loss. At the end of it we can see an exclamatory mark being put. What a loss. When someone has lost something precious in his life, you may be sympathized with him or her. That's what we call. Here is only an answer left to you people to make it an answer. That's what we call. That is what we see it under this B as a function is that sympathizing. This is how we can match these expressions with the functions that are given. And dear students, I will have another instance to make you people to understand furthermore how to match these expressions and functions with these functions. The first one that I have for you people is that I am extremely sorry for the trouble. The second one, thank you very much. Third one, go straight, turn left. The fourth one that I have for you is that Lata, this is my friend Harini. The fifth one that I have for you is okay, bye. The functions that we can get to see over here is leave taking, apologizing, introducing, giving direction, and expressing gratitude. On taking consideration of your expressions, the first one, I am extremely sorry for the trouble. Now someone asks someone's sorry, someone asks a sorry to someone else after troubling him. That's what do we see over here as the first one. He feels immensely happy, he feels immensely sorry for making it a trouble. This is an expression which is the most appropriate or suitable one, taking it from the functions apologizing. Now, the person feels very sorry. That's what we call apologizing as a function, which the language works as a function. The second one that I have for you is that thank you very much. After being assisted or after being helped a lot by anyone else, you may feel very happy. After having felt happy, you may say thank you very much. That's what we call, in short, it is called as gratitude. Expressing gratitude is a way of a function that is done by any language. Thank you very much is a perfect match with expressing gratitude. And now the third one that I have for you people is go straight, turn left. Is the third one. It gets suitable with with what? With the giving direction. If anyone asks you people to get himself onto a certain direction, you may let him know where should he go. You may tell him that go straight, turn right, so that you can get your uh, determined or a point of place where you intend to get yourself. Go straight and turn left is a function of giving direction. The fourth one that I have for you is Latha, this is my friend Harini. When you take Harini to your friend Latha, when introducing Harini to your friend Latha, you may introduce Latha like this, saying that my this is my friend Harini. This is what we call the word. The usage of these words tells something more to make us to understand this is the way of introducing someone else to someone. And the last one that I have for you people is that okay, bye is a way of bidding someone else, taking yourself out of the presence of someone. Okay, bye is a way of expression or way of expressing. That's what we call leave taking. When you put yourself in a position to take yourself out of the presence of someone else, you may tell someone, okay, bye is a perfect match with leave taking. This is what I have for you people here and today. Taking language functions and the dialogue writing here and today. I thank you all the students for listening to me all through the way. Thank you.